When upgrading a plant-built drive motor that is 100 horsepower at 460 volts alternating current delta feed, approximately 600 feet from the breaker in the motor control center room, using 3/0 American wire gauge copper type THWN conductors in a 2-inch rigid conduit with a short length of rain-tight flex at the motor, the question arises whether an external ground wire is required from the motor to the rigid conduit, or if the internal ground wire provides adequate grounding. According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 250.11a, sub 10, if a metallic raceway-like rigid conduit is used as the equipment grounding conductor, the raceway must be bonded to the equipment. Further, National Electrical Code Article 250.4, subsection a, sub 5, allows bonding the equipment to the raceway when an equipment grounding conductor is installed inside the raceway, instead of running a separate conductor back to the service equipment or separately derived system source. In this scenario, using 2-inch rigid conduit, which is a metallic raceway, the crucial factor is proper bonding. If the conduit is correctly bonded to both the motor enclosure and to the breaker enclosure in the motor control center room, the internal ground wire within the conduit run provides a sufficient code-compliant path for fault currents. Therefore, a separate external ground wire running from the motor to the rigid conduit is not necessary to meet the grounding requirements of the National Electrical Code. The existing internal ground wire, in conjunction with a properly bonded rigid conduit, establishes an effective ground fault current path.